So with your hips onto your heels, just feel like the heels are massaging into the sit bones. And just roll the right shoulder back and down. I'm going to incorporate with the breathing. Inhale, roll it up, and exhale, down and back. Same side for 3 more. Inhale, roll up, and exhale, down and back. Inhale, roll it up, exhale, down and back. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Take a deep breath here. Just becoming mindful of your movements and your breathing. I'm going to move on the other side. Inhale, left shoulder roll up. Exhale, down and back. Take it slow. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, down and back. Same side. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, down and back. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Take a deep breath here. If the top of the feet are tired, you can always lean forward and just take a break from it. And whenever you're ready, just lean back. I'm going to roll both shoulders. Inhale, roll them up, tense them up, and exhale, roll them down and back. Inhale, bring them up toward the shoulder, the ears, and exhale, down and back. Inhale, shoulders up toward the ears, and exhale, down and back. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, and exhale. Take a deep breath here. If the feet are tired, remember to lean forward, just take a break. I'm going to roll the opposite direction, but this opposite direction we'll do it a little bit differently. Inhale, going to bring them forward, and exhale, back and down. Inhale, lean forward, and exhale, back and down. 2 more. Inhale, forward, and exhale, back and down. Last one. Inhale, forward, exhale, back and down. And take a deep breath here. And slowly gonna lean forward, relax the hands down onto the mat. Gonna just tap the top of the feet. Nice, center yourself. Gonna just sway the hips left to right, softening the hips joints. Then center ourselves, come with our gentle cat and cow pose. You can adjust the distance of your knees, so make it at least hips distance apart, and the wrist at least shoulders distance apart. So get set up here. Now slowly come to your angry cat. So you're rounding your back, gaze toward your knees or your toes, or even up toward your belly button. Now inhale, gonna lift up the chin, lift up the tailbone, dropping the belly toward the mat, and slowly come to your angry cat. Inhale to lift. Exhale, angry cat. Feel more to move at your own pace. Just feel there's a nice wave on the spine. Wave in and wave out. So do 1 more here, just to loosen up the stiffness around the spine. And center yourself here first. I'm gonna just cross the shin bones. Doesn't matter which heel is at the bottom. Center yourself first. Gonna just twist and look at the left side. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, center, exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, center. I'm gonna lower down the heels. I'm gonna lean back for a nice child pose. Take a few deep breaths here in your first child pose of the day, maybe. Resting your forehead, elbows relaxed down. Hips are softening toward the back. So one more deep breath here. And slowly gonna lean forward, come back to your tabletop. Gonna curl the toes under and lift up, downward facing here. And maybe stretch out the back of the legs. Press the heels down into the mat. Gonna work a little bit with our legs. Inhale, right leg is lifted high. And exhale, gonna lean forward. Keep that right leg up in the air. Inhale, lean back. Right leg lifted a little bit higher. And exhale, lean forward into your high plank. Inhale, right leg lifted high. Exhale, lean forward. Few more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down the right leg and hike up the hips, downward facing. Take a deep breath here. Maybe press down the heels into the mat a little bit further. Gonna do it on the left side. Inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, gonna lean forward for the high plank. Inhale, left leg take a little bit higher. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale. Exhale, few more. That's right. You're changing the weight, transferring the weight from the front and then to the heels. More of the one heel right now. Two more. Last one. I'm gonna lower down the left toes and lift up the hips, downward facing here. Take a few deep breaths here. Finding your breathing is a little bit more fuller and deeper. And settle into that present moment. It's that here and now. Bring your awareness to that here and now present moment. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna gaze toward your thumbs and bending the knees. Gonna either hop forward or just tippy toes forward. If you want to hop, just make that little nice gentle hop. Inhale up with your hands onto your knees and exhale forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come to our Surya Namaskar. Exhale, slowly circle down. Inhale, hands halfway up. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Gonna do one more. Inhale, sunrise. Exhale, slowly swan back down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And relax the fingertips onto the mat. Let's step the right foot back. all the way back. So your right leg is straight, very nice. Right heel is up. Gonna lower down that right hand and lift up the left hand toward the ceiling, elongating through the left fingertips toward the ceiling. So one more deep breath here. And slowly lower down that left hand. Gonna have big step. Bring the left foot back into your high plank. And slowly chaturanga down. You can have the knees down or lifted when you chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Adjust the distance of your feet and your hands. Adjust the height of your hips. And adjust the shoulders height. This is a position to reset and recharge. One more deep breath here in your downward facing. Now slowly gonna bend the knees, gaze forward. You can either just tippy toes forward or hop forward. Inhale, hands halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's root to rise, circling up. Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, slowly swan dive down. You're gazing toward your toes. Inhale, hands halfway up. You're gazing forward. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Gonna do one more sun salutation. Inhale, root to rise. Pressing the heels down. Exhale, slowly swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And from here, fingertips to the floor. Let's step the left foot back, all the way back. And going to lower down the left hand and lift up the right arm. Feeling yourself elongated through the right fingertips into the ceiling maybe. One more deep breath here. And slowly gaze down, right hand down, big step. Bring the right foot back, high plank. Either lower the knees, chaturanga down, or have the knees lifted. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. Take a few deep breaths here in your downward facing. Feeling every stretch. Feeling all the sensations happening inside of your body. How are your wrists? How are your hips feeling at this moment? How are the back of the legs feeling? How inhale, right leg lifted high. Exhale, big step. Bring the right foot forward between your hands. Gonna keep the back heel lifted here. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, come to your cactus elbows. Palms facing up. Elbows parallel to the floor. Gazing up to open up the chest. Widen the collarbone here. Gonna come to a flow. Slowly lean forward, elbows toward the right knee. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bring the elbows in together. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring them together. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, I'm gonna just stack the elbows. Come to your eagle arms. So it doesn't matter which arm is underneath, whichever is your automatic response with the stacking of the elbows. 2 deep breaths here. Really feel that anchoring sensations on that front foot. Nice. Slowly, let's lower down the left hand and lift up the right arm. Easy twist here. Really feel a lot of the glute stretch on the right side of the glutes. And slowly lower down that right hand. Big step, bring the right foot back, high plank. And let's lower down for chaturanga. Elbows in, squeeze toward your rib cage. Very nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing. Two more deep breaths here. Resetting in your downward dog stretch. Inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, big step. Bring the left foot forward between your hands. Keep the right heel lifted. That's right. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, come to your cactus elbows. You might be more balanced on one side than the other. That's totally normal. Take a few deep breaths here. Try to relax the shoulders. Maybe your shoulders feel like tensed up. Just relax them down. And slowly gonna point the elbows in together. Inhale, let's open them up. Exhale, bring them in together. Inhale. Exhale. Feel like you're making a wave with your elbows open and closed, with your spine lift and rounded. Last two, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm gonna stack the elbows. If earlier the right elbow is down, maybe bring the left elbow down this side. Eagle arms here. The focus is on the anchoring of the front foot and your breathing. Now I'm going to lower down the right hand and lift up the left arm toward the ceiling. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel that stretching toward the ceiling through your left fingertips. And slowly gaze down, left hand down, big step. Bring the left foot back, high plank. And slowly chaturanga down. Elbows folded in, squeeze toward your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing, and tuck your toes. And exhale, downward dog. Few more deep breaths here. Finding that moment of recharging, resetting in the mind, in the body. And slowly gonna bend the knees, gaze toward your thumbs. You can either hop forward or tippy toes forward, but make it gentle if you're hopping. And slowly lift up halfway and forward fold, Uttanasana. Now come to our chair pose. So Uttanasana. So we're going to bend the knees. Uttanasana. Sorry. Uttanasana. Chair pose is Uttanasana. So very similar like the forward fold, which is Uttanasana. So gonna gaze down. You can still see your big toes if you peek down through your knees. Take a deep breath here. Bring the weight toward the heels. And then slowly bring the hands heart center. Come to a low chair. So you're sinking the hips down a little bit toward the floor. Finding your focal point to keep the balance. One more deep breath here. And slowly straighten out the legs, forward fold, Uttanasana. I'm gonna go for the second round of Uttanasana, which is a chair. Going to lift up the arms and gaze down still. You want to make sure you see at least your big toes. If you are not seeing your big toes, then you're leaning a lot of weight forward. That's not very beneficial for the knees. Just see it. I think it's not a good a visual. Okay, I hope this is better. Now I'm going to bring the hands heart center and lower down the hips toward the floor. Oh, you can really see all your toes here. If you cannot, then that really means you need to lean back a bit. You want to at least see more of your toes. 2 more deep breaths here. I'm going to come to a twist. Right elbow to touch the left outer knee and gaze up. And slowly centering yourself, forward fold, Uttanasana. Okay, come to the other chair. So bring your arms up and slowly bring your hands heart centered, lower down the hips. You're leaning more back. So have more weight toward your heels and your hips. I'm going to twist to the other side. Left elbow touch the right outer knee and gaze up. One more deep breath here. And slowly center yourself, forward fold. I'm going to relax the heels, separate them apart. Relax your arms by grabbing onto the opposite side of your elbows, or just dangling them, sweeping them side to side. Really release the tensions here. Okay, I'm gonna see what's the best visual. I think my stand is too high, that's why. Sorry about that. That's why they cannot see my whole body. Okay, that's better. Just 2 more deep breaths here, releasing the tensions on the upper body. And slowly lift up the chest. I'm gonna just bring the hands up to your hips. And slowly lift up the chest all the way up. I'm gonna step the right foot back. And right heel is down, right toes pointing 45 degrees. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Come to your warrior 2. I'm just trying to give them a better visual. It's I cannot even see myself in the sofa. Very nice. So square off your hips. That's right. You don't want any imbalances happening at the hips when you do any yoga poses. Take 1 more deep breath here. Look at that. Take this forward. Okay, I'm going to open up for warrior 2. Wiggle the back foot, which is your right toes, pointing to the side. And keep the left knee bent. That's right. Powering up that lower legs. 2 more deep breaths here. Sorry, it's not a good setup today. I don't know, it's a different stand I use today. Okay, so your torso needs to center. Very nice. I'm going to reverse to peace warrior. Right hand lower down. Take a deep breath here. Now I'm going to come to a flow. So I'm going to bring the right hand up toward the left hand. Inhale, going to lean forward. You're almost drawing a rainbow above you. And exhale, lean back. Inhale, lean forward with both hands to the front side and exhale toward the back. Inhale forward, exhale reverse. Few more, that's right. It's almost like you're making a wave with your arms front and then back. 2 more deep breaths here, making that wave. And now you're coming to that reverse position and lower down that back hand, gaze up toward the ceiling. And slowly come back to your warrior two. Gonna windmill the hands down. Big step, bring the left foot back, high plank. And slowly chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing, untap your toes. Exhale, downward facing. Take a few deep breaths here in your downward dog. Maybe spread your fingertips a little bit wider to really equalizing all the weight on your feet and on all hands. One more deep breath here to rejuvenate. Let's move forward. So bend the knees, gonna either hop forward or tippy toes forward. And bring your hands up onto your hips and slowly lift up your chest. Nice. Now I'm gonna step the left foot back. Left heel is down, left toe pointing 45 degrees, and square off your hips first. Very nice. Square off. So you're facing forward. That's right. Very good. Inhale, arms lifted. Exhale, bang into that front knee. Coming to your warrior one. Very nice. Back heel is down. So we're in your warrior foot. So back heel drop down. Yeah, very nice. And slowly gonna open up for warrior two. So wiggle the back foot. So you're having more space between your legs. Very nice. Point the right knee forward. Yeah, it's almost like you're trying to open up that right thigh. Very nice. Let's reverse to peace warrior. Gaze up toward the right elbow or the ceiling. I'm going to make that wave with the rainbow drawing. Lift up the back hand. Inhale, draw the rainbow forward. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Few more. You're not losing your balance, although your weight transferring from front to the back. You're really anchoring the feet onto the floor. Two more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. You're in the reverse position and lower down that back hand onto the back leg. Gaze up toward the ceiling or the right elbow. And let's come back to warrior two. Very nice. Are you losing that opening up of the right thigh? Yeah, powerful lower legs. I'm gonna windmill down. Big step, bring the right foot back, high plank. And slowly chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, gonna come to your child pose. Gonna take a few seconds right here. Take it as your breather. Hear the sound of your own breathing. That mind body awareness moments. You're living in this present time and space. almost like nothing else matters. And slowly gonna lift up the chest, come back to your tabletop. Have the knees about hips distance apart, wrists about shoulders distance apart. I'm gonna just stretch out the right leg. I'm gonna bend that right knee. And slowly gonna lift up the left arm and wrap the left arm behind. You can either pointing toward it or grab onto that right foot and try to gaze down. The reason why we need to gaze down is to release the tensions on the upper neck muscles. So you don't want to add strain onto your cervical spine. As we mentioned last week, those C1 to C7 vertebrae are directly connected to your skull, to your head. They have the nerves directing effect your brain nerves. So you don't want to add any strain or tension on the neck. Take one more deep breath here. And slowly release. Relax the hand, relax the knee. The other side, left leg stretched back. Bend that left knee. Lift up the right arm and wrap around to the back. And grab onto the back foot or just simply pointing toward it. You're trying to push the heart away from the mat as well. So you're not dumping the chest toward the floor, although that is an easy way out. One more deep breath here. And slowly release. Relax the hand, relax the knee. I'm gonna open up the knees, make it wider, pointing the toes in together. And the weight transferring to the back. Inhale, lean the weight forward. And exhale to the back. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale to the back. Two more. To softening the hips joints. Doesn't take a day to accumulate all the tensions. So it doesn't take just one day to soften it. And slowly just lean back into your child pose. Why need child pose? As you might know, there's seven layers of our deep tissues, 7 chakras in our body, and 7 layers of fold. As you release, it's just like how you peel onions. One day you might just peel one layer of the onion. In you feel you release lots of tensions, but there are lots of tensions underneath. Two more deep breaths here. And from here, I'm gonna thread the right hand underneath your left armpit and lower down that right shoulder. And slowly lower down both elbows to release the tensions on your shoulders and the right side of your neckline. Take a few deep breaths here. Still focusing on your breathing. Our prana, which is that life force, brings you that awareness and consciousness. And slowly gonna switch. Bring the right hand back and thread the left hand through. Lower down the left side. And lower down both elbows when you find yourself relaxed here. And pay attention to your hips. If your hips are up in the air, maybe lower down them a bit toward the heels. One more deep breath here. And slowly lift up. Left hand back. Good. From here, do something new today. So we're gonna come to your forearms. So your hands can be interlaced together or pressing down or just have your hands in prayer. And from here, I'm gonna bring the knees in together. Gonna tuck the toes under. Gonna come to a dolphin pose. So we're gonna lift up the hips. And try to relax your forehead down toward the mat. So you're not gazing forward. Try to either gaze toward your toes or at least the back of the mat. And from here, gonna lift up the right leg. Still try not to gaze up. And exhale, lower down that right foot. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lower down that left foot. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, lower down that right foot. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale, the other side. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up the other side. Exhale, down. Two more. Your shoulders might be tired here. Almost there. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, bend the knees and tuck the toes and wrap your hands beside your feet, behind as well, but more beside your feet. Take a few deep breaths here. So that's our first round of dolphin. Gonna do two more different rounds. We're just slowly adding on to the dolphin flow to bring some strength building moment to this practice. Okay, gonna lift up the chest and bring the elbows forward. Either interlace or whichever option you want to do with your hands. Gonna lean forward, tuck the toes under. That's right. Yeah, lift up your hips. Still, try not to gaze forward. Your forehead is down toward the mat. And from here, I'm gonna just bend the knees and straighten out the legs. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhale, straighten the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Keep on gazing up as much as you can. Last one. Nice. Take a few deep breaths here. One more deep breath here. And slowly bend the knees. And tuck the toes. Bring the hands back and beside your feet. We're finding more of that shoulders relaxation. Okay, our last round of dolphin flow. Okay, so gonna lift up the chest and bring the elbows forward. And from here, tuck the toes under and lift up the hips. Now gonna only lift up the right leg. Once your right leg is lifted, gonna bend the bottom knee. Your left knee is bent. Inhale, straighten out the left leg, and exhale, bend that left knee. So your right leg is always in air here. Bending of the left knee and straighten it out. Bending and straighten it out. Two more. Bending Straighten it out. Last one. Bending and straighten it out. Gonna switch. Right leg is down. If you are tired here, you can always come down to relax for a bit and then come back to join us. Okay, let's lift up the left leg. Right knee is bent and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Two more. Bend, straighten. Bend and straighten. Lower down that left leg and time for the breather. Lower down the knees. Hands wrapped around beside your feet. Take a few deep breaths here. Just really release the tensions on the shoulders. Nice, slowly lift up your chest. How's everyone doing? That made sweaty. Yeah, it's sweaty now, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit too warm here too. That's right, it's a warm day today. Okay, now come to our camel. So we're going to lift up the hips, have the knees about hips distance apart. I'm going to gaze back one hand at a time. You can either have the other arm lifting toward the ceiling or just onto your hips, whichever is your preferred choice. So I'm going to just warm up that spine strength for our camel pose. One more on each side. And from here, centering yourself, I'm gonna just bring the hands cross in front of your chest and just lower down and lift. Lower down and lift. So this is a part of the prep before we do our full camel pose. Two more here. Nice. I'm gonna just bring both hands behind, lower down to the heels, and lift up the chest. Maybe drop your head down. Or if you cannot quite touch the heels, you can still do what we were doing prep. That's totally fine as well. One more deep breath. And slowly release. And lower down your heels. Nice. Gonna just drop the heels, the hips down to the side and straighten out the legs in front of you. Very nice. I'm gonna just press the left heel in to your right inner thigh. Let's reach both hands forward. You can either grab onto your toes or the shin bone, just lean forward. It's more like a half body fold, but with one knee open to the side. This helps with softening the hips a little bit deeper. And slowly lift up the chest, the other side. So right heel press into the left inner thigh. Just reach your hands forward wherever your hands are resting. Just bring your body to a fold. Two more breaths here. And slowly lift up the chest. Gonna come to a butterfly position with your legs. So you're pressing the heels in and toes to each other. You can either interlace your hands underneath or just grab onto your big toes with peace finger. Or you can try to open up the feet like opening books. But the goal here is try to stretch out your hip flexors. Different options with your hands.
So try to gaze down the right and left side of the knee. We're going to do one knee up at a time. Inhale, right knee up, pointing up, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, left knee up, exhale, lower down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Few more. When you exhale, you really want to push that knee down toward the floor a little bit more. It's more of that intention. One more on each side. Nice. I'm going to inhale both knees up, squeeze toward your elbows, and exhale, lower down. Lower down a little bit more. Inhale, both knees pointing up. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, nice. Now keep the legs stay the same. And just bring the hands behind us. Very nice. And just lift up the chest. Nice. And from here, going to lengthen out the right leg. So you're stretching the right leg to the front. And from here, I'm going to bring the left heel on top of the right thigh. But try not to press into the right kneecap. We don't want to cause any sensitivity. And from here, I'm going to just bring the right heel in. Very nice. Inhale, lifting up the chest and hips, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Let's straighten out the right leg. I'm going to switch. So left leg stretched, right heel on top. I'm going to bring the left heel. Inhale, hips to lift. Exhale, lower down. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down the left leg. Straighten out both legs. Gonna come to lie down on the mat. So have yourself lying down. See me more. So have yourself relaxed in the gentle bridge. So we're gonna have the knees pointing up, palms relaxed on the side. Gonna just slowly lift up the hips. So you're relaxing in this gentle bridge. Your hips are not too high, maybe just 1 inch off the floor. So you feel more of the relaxed sensation, not a power pose here. 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly lower down the hips. Gonna hug the knees into our chest. Rock side to side. Softening sit bones, hips. And slowly center yourself. Arms open like a T, palms facing down, and bring your knees out into that butterfly legs. And from here, I'm gonna just straighten out the legs and then bend the knees. Straighten out the legs and then bend them. Few more. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Gonna lower down the heels. Gonna just windshield wiper them out. So you can step the heels about mat distance apart. So widen the feet. And just windshield wiper them out.
side to side, and pay attention to how tight or how soft your hips are feeling here. And slowly center yourself. Bring the heels in a bit, about hips distance apart. Place the left heel on top of the right knee. And from here, gonna just lift up the hips and lower down. Lifting and lower. 2 more. Lifting, lower, lift, and lower. Gonna come to eyes to needles, threading the left hands through, interlace the hands on top of the right shin bone. And just squeeze both knees down a bit. But relax your shoulders. If you find your neck muscles are really tensed up and your shoulders are really tensed up, just intentionally lower them down. Try not to use a lot of neck muscles here. One more deep breath here. And slowly release, let go. Gonna switch. Left heel down. Let's bring the right heel on top of the left. And just lift up the hips and down. Few more here. Softer your hips are, higher your hips can be lifted. So maybe hopefully before the summertime, your hips can be so much higher. Last one. Nice. Come to eyes needle, threading the right hand through. Interlace both hands on top of the left shin bone. And squeeze the thighs in toward your chest. But squeezing, but not to tense up your shoulders. Sometimes we get distracted by the task we have to do, and then we lose the focus on self-care. Just like when you need to reach a deadline at work, and then you're not eating well, you're not sleeping well, and we know all that kind of crushing of the deadline. So here the same thing, as you squeeze your thighs toward your chest, but you try not to tense up your shoulders, not use too much of the neck muscles. So you adjust and you adapt. One more deep breath here. And slowly lower down, relax yourself down. Gonna come to a Shavasana. Because the room is hot, so we're not going to do the spinal twist. So just come to the Shavasana to cool down yourself. Fingertips soft toward the side. Toes soft. And you're not using any neck muscles. Relax the chin down toward the chest.